Okay, now we're going to extend our knowledge and ability to work with algebraic vectors to three space. Again, we have components form, standard unit vector form, and the magnitude of a vector, which is Pythagorean. Example 1, consider the vector given in standard unit vector form, write it in component form. No problem. Just take the coefficients of I for the x, the coefficients for j, the y component, and the third component is the coefficient for k. Magnitude of A, you square the components, sum their squares, and that is the magnitude, 14. That's example 1. Addition of vectors, you add the components or you add the i's and the j's and the k's, right? It's like collecting like terms in algebra. So find the sum of the two vectors. So the sum vector is vector A plus vector B. I'm going to write A in component form. B is already in component form. I'm going to add the x components. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. Negative 1 plus negative 3 is negative 4. And there it is in component form. If I wanted it in standard unit vector form, it'd be 5j's minus 4k's. You don't write 0 i's. It just isn't there. Okay, that's example 2. Subtraction, same idea, but this time we're subtracting. Always a higher chance of error when there's negatives in subtracting. Be careful of your signs. We're doing A minus B. So it is I minus j minus I plus 2j minus 1k, or just k. Doing it in standard unit vector forms, the i's cancel out. Negative 3j's plus k. All right, the magnitude of A minus B. Well, the x is 0, the x component, negative 3 squared plus 1 squared. That is root 10. That's example 3. 6.7, part D, multiplication by a scalar. Scalar multiplication is distributive, right? So it distributes through. Whether you are doing it in standard unit vector form or component form, it distributes. Example 4. Given A, B, and C, find D, which is A minus 2B plus 3C. So we sub in A. B and 3 C's. Now, there's a couple ways we could show the work. My preference is to do it this way. If I'm going to show a step, I distribute the negative 2 and the positive 3, like that. And then I do x components for the first component. 1 plus 0 minus 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2, plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 6 is 12. And there we have it as component form. If they wanted, and these questions, these examples don't say which form. Sometimes you'll be asked to do things in a certain form. Well, then you have to change it to whichever form they're asking for. It's example 4. And I think that's all we'll have time for in this video. I'm on a 5-minute limit unless I pay for the app.